Israel was trapped into a situation which is unacceptable. There is no fighting going on. Hamas is recovering. He has more so-called humanitarian aid, aka more money for the pockets of Hamas. And the hostages stopped coming back from Gaza. That was the situation for the last 3 weeks. And it appeared more and more to Israel and to the new US administration that Hamas feels very convenient with this situation, that he doesn't believe that Israel would resume the war, maybe because of the disputes within Israel, maybe because he believed that Mr. Boller's negotiations with Hamas signals something about the willingness of the US administration to actually come to terms with the presence of Hamas in Gaza Strip. Maybe the fact that they are just fundamentalist that doesn't interpret the world as it is. But the outcome was devastating. And therefore, Israel decided to relaunch a military attack. And I suggest everyone not to think about it in the terms of, yes, yet again, another round of fighting in Gaza, bombing, killing of half senior figures in Hamas. No, it's a whole new ballgame. First, because we have a new US president who actually wants Israel to unleash hell on Hamas. We have a new IDF chief of staff that wants to invade Gaza and to conquer it. And he believes that the idea of entering Gaza and then going out of Gaza wasn't a very efficient idea in dismantling Hamas. And we have more ammunition. So this is, in my opinion...
More ammunition that came from the U.S.?
Directly from the U.S.
So when the Trump administration announced, within days of taking over, that it was sending all these new shipments of munitions, that was a big deal in terms of giving Israel more options, more flexibility in terms of when to act.
Exactly. And to wrap it up, that signals the fact that this is going to be the new normal. And I think that unless something dramatic happens, we'll see more and more force operated towards Gaza, first from air, then ground invasion, boots on the ground, occupying specific wide territories of Gaza Strip and not withdrawing from them. And therefore, I think we're heading towards a new era in Gaza Strip.
And is there a sense also that it's not just the new munitions and the new supplies coming from the administration, but I think an expectation from the Israeli government that they're going to get less lecturing, hectoring, and just general criticizing on how they conduct the war than they did from the previous administration, that they basically, once Israel goes in, they have a free rein.
Exactly. And in order to zoom in, I think the number one decision of the number one change is the fact that the humanitarian aid is not something that the U.S. demands. They will no longer demand Israel to provide humanitarian aid. And second, that from within Israel, the IDF, under the new chief of staff, Eyal agrees that Israeli soldiers would either provide the humanitarian aid or will secure the situation in which American company provides the humanitarian aid, thus taking this huge asset from Hamas's hands, emptying his pockets, preventing him from paying salaries to activists and trying to kill it. The situation with Hamas, just in one sentence, and then I'll give it to Nadav to describe it from his own perspective, was like this old story, The Lord von Münchhausen. It's an old German story about a knight that drove with his horse, but the horse was injured in the war and he was cut to two. So they come to a lake and he wants the horse to drink, but the horse is very thirsty. Why? Because the water that he drinks just spilled from his half-cut body. That's the situation with Hamas. On one hand, Israel tries to eliminate Hamas, to kill each and every member of it. And on the other hand, it provided Hamas money that actually helped him to recruit new members, to buy new weapons, etc.